We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello, Aromies. This is Aromies. That's me. Hello, Aromas. This is Aromie here, and welcome back to Red Embrace Hollywood. We are here talking to Aloysia about herself. You know. Did I even read this part last episode? I don't know. Anyway, she snickered where her smile slowly faded into a more sober expression. Well, let's see. I'm a transplant from Sheffield over in England. Came to LA with a boyfriend who wanted to try and make it as an actor, but he dumped me about a month after we arrived. What the fuck? Did you want to come here, or were you just following along? Wow, what a horrible guy. Yeah, that's a horrible guy. No arguments there, but I really hold myself more to blame. I should have put my own interests first, thought more about my future. Putting all your eggs in somebody else's basket? It's just stupid, really. Aloysia heaved a wistful sigh. After a few days of crying my eyes out, I realized I should probably find myself a job, since I didn't want to get thrown back into the sea. Turns out the club and entertainment scene suited me just fine. I've been a bartender, dancer, one of those girls who pops out with cakes at bachelor parties. I've just about done it all. I always dreamed of some exciting career. Figured I'd end up exploring ancient ruins or riding monster trucks, something that makes people's eyes go wide after they ask what you do. This club thing, it's very fun. You should see the things people do in the back rooms. I'm Gucci, and I've had great times partying here, usually under the influence of various things. But I do think there's something more for me out there. I had to find new thrills before long, and even though I'm not sure where they are yet, finding out is part of the fun, don't you think? As she finished, a little spark returned to her eyes. Have you ever wanted to become a vampire? What does it feel like to be drank from? Have you ever wanted to become a vampire? Oh, I've thought about it quite a lot, actually. Got plenty of offers too, especially now that all the vampires except the Iscari are ignoring Charissa's "don't bite someone unless mommy said so" rule. But I think I'd really be miserable as a vampire. I have no idea what to do with all the time, and even worse, I couldn't be able to eat lava cakes anymore. Much rather live fast, die young. I don't want to see myself becoming some cynical old spinster in the body of a 30-year-old. Despite her wry tone, she seemed a little uncertain. What does it feel like to be drank from, I guess? Darling, I can't even describe it. You must have felt it once when you returned, although the memory is probably fuzzy now. It's just so amazing, almost too amazing. She let out a long sigh, but curiously enough, I saw a brief wistfulness flickering through her eyes. Actually, I passed out the first few times, but after I'd spent a few months, holy shit, as a blood pet, I started remembering the sensations little by little. It's a cheaper, easier high than just about any drug, and probably safer too. How does she remember? Have I been lied to? As long as you're not getting sucked dry. But that adds to the thrill, I suppose. By the way, that Iscari they sent to me, cutest arse I've seen in years. Good job. Okay, I was wondering. How did you first learn about vampires? Through Marcus, actually. I'm sure you know him, right? He was the very first vampire I ever met. And whew, was he ever an interesting tour guide for the underworld. Little baby goth that I was, I had never been so excited in my life. Vampires? Real? Not just a kinky fantasy? Of course, I learned later on that the vampire life isn't all roses and bloody tears and romance, and a lot of you have it pretty rough. But I'm glad I got to learn about them, even if I can't watch Nosferatu without imagining him wandering inside Marcus's sex shop. That's all for now, I guess. Is it? Have a lovely night then, darling. Because I literally had no other questions. So, looking at me, Aloysia turned to saunter away, fluffing her hair with one hand. We're gonna go outside and we're gonna go to the hotel. Let's see who's in the hotel. I left the noisy interior of the club, returning to the street. It was later than I expected, which meant I should probably settle in before morning. Time seemed to pass so quickly, even though I was technically immortal now. No, I don't get to go to the hotel. Fuck. Oh, shit. So you technically have to use your time wisely. No! I will not. I will not take this as an answer. Go spend time at the hotel. Because if you choose to go to the bar, it seems like it just ends the night. I don't want that. I mean, technically we're still ending the night because we're going back to the hotel. There were a few groups of Iscari clustered in the lobby tonight, engaged in quiet conversation, occasionally sprinkled with laughter. They seemed preoccupied with their own chatter, but I spotted another, more unusual pair sitting nearby. Sorry, Aloysia, I guess we're not gonna learn about you because it's like between picking my house or you. I'm gonna just go for my team. One of Cherise's agents and a human. Wander over the agent and go find Cherise. We're gonna wander over to the agent, I guess. Let me save, at least. Curious, I wander over to the seated pair, wondering what a human was doing in the lobby. I doubted he was somebody's blood pet. A middle-aged, slightly overweight, fidgeting beside the agent as he nervously dabbed the sweat on his forehead with a handkerchief. Hello? The agent sitting beside him greeted me stiffly when I walked up. His voice came out slightly strained, like he was trying to bite back frustration. What's a human doing in the hotel? What kind of hanky-pinky is going on over here? You sound kind of constipated. Hello, is something wrong? I'm just gonna go with hello, is something wrong? Because it looks like something's going on. No, not exactly. The agent hesitated for a moment. Oh, who's this? I glanced down to see the human peering at me with an embarrassed, flustered smile. This is Michiko. She's an informal agent under Miss Locke. Michiko, this is Mr. Saxby, a very respectable and successful businessman, and one of the latest candidates to become an Iscari. He wants to be a vampire. He'd be a very important addition to our cause, but he has some reservations about the unlife. Clearing his throat, the agent raised a brow at me pointedly. Right. Saxby gave an awkward chuckle, and I could practically see fresh beads of sweat pop from his pores. Well, I know it sounds pretty silly, but I'm a little worried about love. What? What about love? You can see for yourself what I look like. You can't find a woman who loves me as a human. I don't really think it'll get better as a vampire either. Aww, it was kind of sad. A nervous, self-deprecating smile flashed over Saxby's face before it fell away like the drops of glistening perspiration on his brow. It seems like most vampires are still so young and beautiful. And you know, I keep asking myself, is there really a vampire out there who would love me? This fine man here says I'll find them eventually, but sometimes I just don't know. Just because you don't find yourself beautiful doesn't mean someone else won't. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's why I always call you guys beautiful. I'm sure there's love somewhere out there for you, Mr. Saxby. I don't know either. You're the one who determines your future. Probably not, but hey, your right hand will always love you! Wow! The fuck? What the actual fuck? What if he doesn't use his right hand? Sorry, that was way too much. Okay, just because you don't find yourself beautiful doesn't mean someone else won't. That's true, isn't it? Maybe in the unlife, my money won't be the only thing people care about me for. Aww. After pausing for a few moments, Saxby gave me a grateful nod. He's still looking a little uncertain, but still slightly calmer than before. Thank you for your thoughts, Michiko. Mr. Saxby and I are going to discuss things a little further, so if you'd excuse us... Don't worry, I'm out. Bye-bye. When he tapped the hand on Miss Saxby's shoulder, the man nervously hopped to his feet, adjusting his tie as he followed the Iscari into the hall. I watched him go, observing the falling sweat droplets as Saxby left in his wake. Alright, Cherise, I'm here, I guess. Some time has passed since I left the hotel, so maybe Cherise had calmed down a little from earlier. It might be worth trying to speak with her at least. Well, why is she angry? Because the whole conversation went to shit and the bar went crazy? She was still inside the meeting room. Well, fuck. Pacing back and forth, lost in thought. But when I opened the door, she abruptly stopped, turning towards me. Did I even knock? Oh, you look just as wild. Michiko? Did you leave something behind in the meeting room? I assume there's a reason you returned. Are these fated choices? Did I already come here? I don't know. You seemed distressed, so I came back to see if you wanted company. Actually, I wanted to talk. I literally don't remember anything, so... I mean, you kind of kicked me out the first time. I actually wanted to talk a little more with you. Yeah, let's go with that, because I don't remember what happened. So please refresh my mind. I'm not particularly in the mood for conversation. However, if you're quick about whatever you want to ask, then I suppose it's alright. If there's something you need to discuss with me, I'm listening. Okay, about yourself. How did you rise to power? I'm not sure I appreciate your choice of words. Rise to power is usually a phrase applied to dictators in history books. She gave me a dry, long sniffing quietly. The vampires of the city were once ruled by a very mild-tempered Golgotha. Actually, to say he ruled it is something of an overstatement. He managed our laws, but he also tried his very hardest not to step on anyone's toes, which, as you can imagine, results in nothing ever getting done. Eventually, the weak-willed imbecile got himself assassinated by the frustrated individual, leaving things in a complete mess. I'd served as one of his advisors for quite a few years, and during that time I garnered a reputation for my capabilities, with allies in all the houses in fact. So after some encouragement from my peers, I simply stepped up to the plate. No one else had that initiative, and for some time no one had any real issues with my leadership either. But as with all society, contentment never lasts. How do you usually feed? That's quite an interesting question. I drink clean blood donated by mortals in the prime of health. Not blood pets, mind you, but rather those who've been led to believe they're assisting a local hospital, which in my view is far more tasteful. Of course, I consume it solely from glasses. I find it quite revolting to stick my teeth into someone's flesh. Her upper lip curled briefly in disgust, so that's why she's not down for like pets and all that. What made you decide to keep me around? To obviously use me. To use me. There are a myriad of reasons, most of which I hope were self-evident, she sighed faintly. I'm not using you for my personal gain, as you might believe. More accurately, I think you can help me steer relations toward peace, through shows of power or benevolence. Your circumstances made you a wild card. The sympathy and curiosity that a mistake like you arouses means you can influence a wider variety of opinions. What if I just formed my own clan? I've never allowed or witnessed an accidental turning before, but the situation can be turned to benefit all of us, as long as self-interest don't interfere. Aren't you afraid of me betraying you? I like to believe you are intelligent enough to know what a pitiable mistake that would be. Of course, I'm not so foolish as to stop you from mingling with Mavar or Golgotha. In fact, winning their respect certainly doesn't hurt. But my organization is not only the strongest in LA, but we're also the only faction with a reasonable system of government. I'm sure you have the common sense to see past any dislike you might harbor for me, as well as any cinematic fantasies of anarchy Randall might have put in your head, and realize how essential a practical leader is. But once the war is over, I won't mandate you to stay. What's your system of government for vampires? Because I kind of forgot. I won't lie and say it's democratic. In case you didn't realize, immortal beasts find it impossible to agree on anything. Believing otherwise was a mistake my predecessor made. Put simply, I determine our rules, but I act with the assistance of several advisors, one from each house. For a time it worked very efficiently. We divided territory, avoided any unwanted turnings or overpopulation, and lived in a peaceful underworld beneath human society. But when Randall formed his clan, the Mavar began flocking to him. They idolized him, and he turned them against me. That was the beginning of our fracture. The Golgotha, sensing the rising tensions, grew eager to gain more power, and as a result formed their own rebellious force. Of course, I've told both factions I'm willing to adjust various rules to accommodate them, but they seek only to hold control or my removal. Well, it sounds like she's pretty lenient. I mean, she even offered to like, okay, we can try to solve this, but then they're like, no. And I will not kneel to their schoolyard bullying. Wow, it's pretty good. Alright, but we're gonna end it here for today. Actually, her viewpoints aren't that horrible, because she even tried to help settle the situation, but the Golgotha and Mavar already have their own head honchos, and they see their point of view, so they're like, well, we don't need you anymore. We don't like your point of view anymore. We don't like your opinions, so we're gonna go with this guy. So that kind of sucks. But anyway, this is where we're gonna end today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Touch it, I need that.